Camelot Therapeutic Horsemanship is a curriculum-based horseback riding program for children and adults who have physical disabilities. This is our 36th lesson season. We're the oldest therapeutic riding program in the Valley, and since inception we have operated debt-free and we've never charged for our services. We're honoring a pledge made to our founder, Eileen Shahusky. She made a promise to her mentor, Joseph Rivers, that she would give the services away just as she had received them while riding as a student of his in California at a program called Dragon Slayers. Camelot is a magical place. From what I hear from our families over time is that this program has made lasting impressions on their family. And the lessons that they've learned here in the barn carry over into their daily lives. And the joy, the freedom, the friendships that develop in addition to learning about horses and how to ride and care for these animals is just absolutely amazing. All of these components come together and create an environment that is healing and soothing to the soul and spirit. And I think just makes Camelot absolutely magical for our families.
I am Patrick Bonner and I am 21 years old. I had a stroke when I was 10 months old and it affected my ability to walk. I mean, I didn't really view my disability as a struggle. I try to live a normal life. So, I mean, I just try to participate in everything that I can to the best of my ability.
Patrick has no limits on what he can do. We worked for many years on strengthening him through physical therapy and occupational therapy. When he was about 7, he began horseback riding and found a couple programs that were decent but didn't really do a lot for him until we found Camelot.
I love Camelot. I love everything about it. I love how it's such an inclusive community. I love getting to know everyone there. I love horses. So at first it was kind of scary and difficult because I wasn't exactly sure what I was doing. But with the help of Mary and everyone else there, it's definitely given me strength and the ability to be independent, which definitely allows me to experience more of the world. I've been unable to walk my entire life, and it's almost like kind of like walking for me, being able to control where I go without the aid of technology. All my life I've kind of been babied and treated as lesser than I am, but Camelot I was treated as a person who is able to struggle and figure it out for themselves.
When you donate to Camelot, it really does change lives. As a mother of a special needs child, we look for programs that our children can participate in and are welcoming and inclusive, and Camelot provides their lessons at no charge, which to many families is such a blessing. The students at Camelot really inspire you. They may have specific special needs, they may be blind, they may have a limb missing, they may have the inability to walk, but they are up there on a horse, and when you see that, it is so inspiring because they've really overcome a fear. We've experienced firsthand Patrick benefiting both physically and emotionally from the program, and he wouldn't be where he is without Camelot.
So I go to University of San Diego. I am studying mechanical engineering. I am involved in ministry. I'm an engineering fraternity, and I've done a lot of engineering projects in my free time. Coming out of Camelot and being where I am right now has been definitely a worthwhile experience. I'm going to graduate college in a year and a half. Ultimately, I would like to be able to work for maybe Boeing or Chrysler, making their planes or cars more efficient through engineering. Thank you to Camelot and everyone there, Mary, Hannah, Sharon, Michelle, everyone. It means so much to me. Camelot's a great experience, and definitely helps me out in my life. Thank you for everything that you've done for me.
I'm Evan Richardson. I'm 17 years old. During my youth, I was in the hospital, in and out. It varied between a year to a couple years between surgeries, but they were big ordeals. And so it was really nice to get, actually interact with the world sometimes, because a lot of the times I was in a state of limited ability.
Evan and Yale were born 13 weeks early, and we spent a little over 3 months in the NICU. At the time, we were aware that there'd be some global delays, maybe some medical challenges, but it wasn't until they were just shy of 2 years old that we understood that they had cerebral palsy. As a family, we are riders. I grew up with horses. We're from Iowa. And before we moved to Arizona, I did a little bit of research and found Camelot online and contacted Mary. And at the time, both of our boys were too young to participate and kind of fell outside the boundaries of the definition of therapeutic riding. But Mary, being as flexible and spontaneous as she is, said, just come, introduce yourselves, let's set up a little meeting. And actually had hippotherapy on the front end. That was our starter kit to Camelot.
It gave me the opportunity to use my body in a non-confined way. It gave me confidence to interact with space because it breaks the perception in regards to someone's disability.
I think it has helped our family in so many ways. Clearly, physically, the boys have benefited in hundreds of ways, from stability to strength to confidence. And as parents, it's a really exciting thing when you can participate in a program that doesn't feel clinical. It puts you out in the environment and it's fun. The horsemanship responsibility, the grooming, the relationship building with the animal, and that is an independent piece that they had never been even asked of before. My kids had never been told that they actually had a role or a job to do, and it was the first place that they had to take ownership for their experience. We've had years of therapy. We've seen so many different methodologies and really good practitioners do their thing. And just that very first time, I just remember crying, just bawling, going, okay, we're in the right spot. We're here.
What I like about Camelot is the philosophy in terms of choice, I think. It allows some form of exploration. What it also gives is just like a way to be human in some regard. And I think it really breaks that mindset of this systematic, functional, practical form of physical fitness. Because it's not just to ride this horse so your legs get, straighter or whatever you're dealing with. It's also develop a bond with the horse, groom it, etc. I think it provides a different kind of outlook towards physical improvement and really change your perspective on life.
My name is Bridget Corn and I'm 8 years old. I like to do things by myself so I can get stronger.
Bridget was 6 years old and she played soccer, and she was at soccer practice and she was kicked between the shin guard and the cleat. She came running to me screaming, and I, proud mom moment, told her to rub some dirt on it and go back into practice. And that following Saturday she was limping while she was running in the soccer game. Afterwards I asked her why she was running like that, and she said that her legs still hurt from soccer practice on Tuesday. That following Monday, we wound up in the doctor's office, and just 10 days later, Bridget was diagnosed with an aggressive bone cancer called osteosarcoma. I looked her in the eye and I told her she was strong and she was a fighter and that we were going to beat this. Bridget underwent 10 weeks of chemotherapy, followed by amputation of her right leg below her knee, and then another 30 weeks of terrible treatment and chemotherapy. During that time, Bridget was able to become cancer-free, which was amazing, but she had her battles. She has a blood clot in her heart. She has permanent hearing loss. She has osteoporosis, and in fact, she's broken her femur twice. Camelot has been amazing for Bridget. It allowed her the first time to be free after her cancer treatment. It allowed her for the first time to go someplace where she could be Bridget again and not the child who had cancer. From the first time she walked in the doors, they let Bridget do it herself and enabled Bridget to show her strength, and enabled Bridget to get on the horse and ride for herself and be strong again, and be Bridget without being the little girl who had cancer.
I love about Camelot is the horses. You have to groom them and then get all their stuff, and then they take you up a ramp and then they lift you over the horse. And then you gotta get on and then you gotta go ride.
Bridget has battled through so much, and I have no doubt in my mind that she will continue to shine bright. She is going to do some pretty amazing things, I think. Camelot has shown her that she can be independent and strong and do things on her own, and for other people to see what Bridget's been through and how strong she is, I'm just so proud, and I'm so excited that somebody else sees how strong she is and how proud they are of her.
There are so many ways that you can become involved with this program. Because we don't charge for our services and we don't receive government or state funding to cover the expenses to run the facility, our donations that come in from families, from foundations, corporations, it really goes a long way to allow us to provide the highest quality classes and services to our students and provide the outstanding care that our four-legged instructors, our therapy horses, to give them the care that not only do they need, but that they have earned. When you make a donation to Camelot, you truly have taken a seat at our round table, and you are helping us slay dragons one ride at a time. And once you come through the gates, trust me, you are never going to want to leave. I invite you to come and just see for yourselves the magic that is Camelot.